Hi everyone, Happy New Year, and welcome back to Medieval Dynasty. I've spent a couple of days off camera once again, I'll go over that in a second. To start with this time I'm going to focus on a bit of decoration on some of the houses and stuff, but first I think it's about time I built a better house for myself. I'm still living in the one I started with, so I'm going to get started on that. I think I'm going to try build up here and have a house overlooking the village. I'll add the biggest house plan. Haven't used this one yet, it uses a lot of materials, but let's build that up and see if it's much different. And while I do this, I'll go over what's happened in between videos. The trees in the forecourt bit are starting to show progress now. I'm not sure if they're fully grown, but 2 out of 3 are now much bigger. The apple trees still have a while to go by the looks of it, but that's okay. I looked up how the chickens and roosters work. Apparently it's quite straightforward. Put a hen in with the roosters and they'll have more, so I've done that. Haven't seen any show up yet, but I'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. I also added another field. As I mentioned in the last video, after all the processing I only got about 6 pieces of fabric, so this time I've planted extra. I'm going to do all the farming stuff in the background, but yeah, we now have another field. Over here I've added some more hops. If I explain why, I'll be here all day, so long story short, when I failed the King's Quest, it wasn't even close to what I needed apparently, so I added more. And I also stocked up on night vision potions. I'm not a high enough level to make them yet, so I've just been buying them. Hopefully that should make it a bit easier to see at night time. That's all the stuff I did in between videos. I'm going to add some more stuff soon, but I'll get this house done first. I'm going to leave the fencing and stuff for now. It doesn't look that much different. Nothing new, just an extra bed and a bit more space. But that's fine. We can now move some people into my old house too. I'm just going to leave that empty for now though, and go see what decorations I can add to the houses. So on the outside we can add utility type stuff by the looks of it. Shelves and shutters, that type of thing. And on the inside is more decoration type stuff like chandeliers. I'm guessing it increases their mood or something. I don't really see any other point to adding it to the villager's house. I'm more focused on the outside decorations, I'll probably add some of those too though. So yeah, let's start there. I'll unlock a few of these plans and add them to some houses. I'll add some planters. the interior, there's only really one I can add till I make up some fabric. I'll put some of those up. And I'll also add a couple of deer trophies to some places too. Next, apparently you can change the colour of the walls, like with the clothing, so let's try that. It has to be insulated first. The insulation is made here out of clay and straw. Make some of that up. Add that to the house. And that's how insulating's done. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can add patterns to the side of the house too. Might add some of those in the future. Then you pick the colour here. I'm going to go with red because it uses a lot of dye and it's easiest to make. I'll see what I can get done. I only really had enough to do the front and side walls. It takes 5 dye per wall, and doesn't even paint the inside. But yeah, that's how that's done. I'll get my villagers making more and come back to that later. Next I have a few new buildings to add, but first I'll move some people into my old house. I've moved 2 people in there. Before I move on, the apple trees are fully grown now. Saw one of my workers harvesting them before. And we have a new chicken which confirms that it's set up properly and working too. I'll add the new buildings and go over those. Over here we have the mine set up. I've put some workers on there so they can collect ore and I won't have to do it as much. It also added some lighting inside the cave. And we can now add vendors. I only have a food vendor at the moment. I don't have a lot to sell. I also added another storage shed. The other one's pretty much full. I think I'm going to take a break from adding stuff. I feel like I'm jumping around a bit too much. So after my workers are set up, I'm going to go do a quest or 2. I'm going to go do the quest that's on screen. I didn't record any of it, I was just trying to progress a bit, but I'll give you guys a summary of what's happened so far. From what I remember, there is a man and a woman that run the town up here. I met up with their son, which is the guy we're about to go talk to now. We got drunk and he told me about how he's next in line to run his village, but doesn't think he can. The next day we got in trouble from his parents, the village owners. I got in trouble for getting him drunk, and he got in trouble for having a hangover. After that I had to wait till next season, met back up with the guy, and we went out to an old house and found a rusty axe that belonged to his father. It was covered in blood, and he accused his father of murdering someone. And now you're all caught up. Well, that's all I remember anyway. So let's go talk to this guy again and see what happens next. Okay. I think it turned out his mother was behind it, not his father, and she had to leave the village. We got 3,000 coins for that. It's pretty helpful. That was part of my taxes for next year. And we also got another quest that says wait for the right opportunity to help. I'm not just going to wait around, obviously. I'll go do another quest.
Please, just let me rest here for a while. I will be on my way soon. Please, don't take long.
As you guys saw, we found a lady in a rundown house. She wants some food. I should have some in storage. If not, I'll make it and head back.
Thanks. Leave me be!
Oh, whoops. My bad. So yeah, she just wanted the food then for me to leave. I was going to try put some stuff in the storage container, but the game thought I was trying to rob her, so I just left. I'll head back to camp and do some more decoration. Well, that's awkward. I forgot this wasn't my house anymore. Sorting out all the workstations and repairing buildings took a whole in-game day. I have some material made up now though, so I'll add a bit of lighting. It's a bit better. I'm just going to move this tree. I think it's too close to the fence to grow. Here we go. Hopefully that fixes it. Next I'm going to add some more orchards, then I'll go over them. They're going to take a while to grow in, but over here by my house we have pear trees. And over here we have plums, cherries, and apples. I'll do a bit of fencing and clean it up. Took longer than expected. It's now winter. It looks plain at the moment, but once the trees grow in, hopefully it should look pretty cool. I also added some trees around the place, which should hopefully help even out the flat beach look the village has at the moment. The quest that showed up earlier has changed now. We have to go speak to someone. I've got to go repair some buildings and stuff first, but once that's done, I'll take a break from adding decoration again and see what happens there. We have to go get some ingredients. I'll get that done. It's probably easier if I go over the next part from here. After getting ingredients and returning them, he told us it was for medicine. The townspeople had reported hearing scratching from the walls and stuff. We got a water sample from the well so he could check it wasn't a contamination in the water. Then we had to speak to a few people and ended up following one of the residents to a place in the wall. I listened for a sound but didn't hear anything. After that we had to listen in on a conversation where they were talking about it. They said they think it's a bandits making a distraction and mentioned what was going on. There's definitely one person that is it. Don't really know what they think. I'm guessing they think bandits poisoned the water or something. But after that we spoke to the other person, who I gave a bottle of wine in exchange for some information. She reckons one guy is paying people to make the villagers hear and smell things. And we had to check around his house, where again we found nothing that proved it. He also wasn't there. Then we said goodbye to his wife and reported our findings to the first guy we talked to. He said there was nothing wrong with the water sample and I should speak to yet another person. A bit later on, after a few runaround quests, we had to search the house again while nobody was home. Okay. Surely we find something this time. Nothing I take down here counts as stolen, so I'm gonna take everything I can. She didn't even leave them any food. It's not very nice. I'll give them some apples. The seasons change while I was down there. It's also spring now, so I'm going to replant everything, then I'll head back and continue. If anyone was wondering, taxes didn't go up too much. They're now at 6k per year. I was expecting about 8 or 9, so that's not too bad. But anyway, I'll see you guys back in the cave.
Tomorrow's the beginning. Still playing with your toy, eh? Help me! Ah!
So yeah, we found a guy down here who seems to be held captive. We gave him some food and water. Now we have to head back up, cover our tracks, and I'm guessing find out what's going on. Oh, it's the tax guy. I stopped the recording for a second and forgot to start it again. My bad. But from what I gathered, the old man was the tax guy's father, who was being held down there because he was sick. We told the guy who asked us to get a water sample, and he told us to wait until further notice. So I'm going to head back to camp and work out what to do next. Next I'm going to see how much insulation and red dye my villagers have made, see if I can do that. There's quite a bit of dye. I'll grab that but leave 2 or 3 in there. And 200 insulation. I'll add that to some of the buildings too. Just enough to do the outside, but we now technically have our first painted house. I'm going to focus on insulating some of my work buildings for now, so I'll see how much I can do with 200. It's starting to look pretty cool now. Haven't even really added any decoration down here, the trees have just grown in. But yeah, I'll get started on this. Only got the front smaller buildings done. That's okay though, better than nothing. Next I need a lot of blueberries. I need them for making blue dye, shrubs around the camp, and probably recipes too. You get about 5 to 10 from one shrub, and I need about 100 for a single shrub plant, plus everything else. And you have to wait for them to grow so they can only be collected in a certain season, which makes it even harder to get a stockpile of. So I'm just going to focus on that for now. In the meantime I'll sort out inventory, restock what's needed, and I'll see you guys later on. Excuse the darkness, it's about to change seasons. There's no point using a potion. I ended up finding a ton of iron. I guess when I added the entrance bit to the mine it also extended it. But that means we can upgrade our tools at some point. I have other stuff I want to do first, so obviously we'll rest up. Let's see if the blueberries are ready. Your villagers refuse to work. I'll try talk with them. They don't work. It's okay. Okay, the berries are ready. I'm gonna spend the in-game day collecting some. They just grow randomly all over the place. I'll meet you back here tomorrow to use them in some plans. Got about 1,300 berries after collecting them for a whole day. I'll start by placing some shrubs and see how much I have left over. It's good enough for now. I just put them all over the place. I looked at the recipes too. There are some that require berries, but I can't make them yet anyway. I have 300 left. I'll turn them into blue dye and move on to something else.
No worries. I'll wait.
Next I'm going to sort out buildings. Hopefully this isn't too confusing, but according to the menu you can only have a certain number of buildings. And for example, the level 1 and 2 kitchen do the same thing, but you can put 2 workers on it instead of 1. At the moment I only have 1 worker on each anyway, and it's going okay, so even though I just insulated it, may as well get rid of the level 1 kitchen and move that cooking with the other guy.
Do what they say, but do not get too close to them.
I got rid of about 3 buildings, which isn't too bad. It did leave these massive gaps. Sure, I'll find a way to utilize it eventually. Next thing I'm going to do is buy a new fence plan and place some of those. I'm going to do what I did last time, just place into random houses. And maybe my house. And after that, I'll go continue this quest and see what happens next.
Make me crazy? That's
I actually don't think I'm going to add it to my place. I picked too high of a gate plan, it'll ruin the view. I added it to some other houses though. I'll head to the quest. For anyone who doesn't remember, this is the one where the guy was being held captive earlier in the video. From what I've gathered, he's been locked up and sent off to the king, and now we have to find somebody to fill his job as tax collector. I'll get everything sorted back at camp, and I'll see you at the next station.
Isn't it weird that only women bleed once a month while no animals do?
He took the job. We have to wait again. I'll head back to base and work out what to do next. I've got some plans to add. They've been unlocking along the way, I just prefer to unlock them all at once. It makes it easier to manage. I'll add those. I'll start with the things I added but didn't change much. I added a level 2 herbalist shack and removed the old one. I don't think it does anything different, it just has a wood look rather than twig. And I removed the level 1 workshop and added a level 3 one, which does the same stuff as the level 2 plan but has walls. For the stuff that made a difference I added a builder's shack. The guy working here repairs buildings for me. It usually takes about a day to organise everything at the start of each season, and that means less for me to do, which is good. And over here I've added a pigsty, as well as put a worker on there. It still has no animals, we'll sort that out in a second. And of course I built a house for the 2 new people. I had over 1,000 stone, so I decided to build them one like mine. I haven't got the vendor running at the moment, but let's see how much it's made so far. About 900 coins. Not bad. I'll take that and put it towards... How did the chicken get out? You're looking very suspicious, lady. Did you let him out? Anyway, let's go find out where to buy pigs from. Oh, actually, I think I might know who sells them. Yeah, it is the person I thought. One of the first quests I ever did was for this lady. But here's the pigs. I'm just gonna have a look at their genders and price. The bigger ones are 650 coins. And the smaller ones are 130. I'll just get the smaller 2 for now. One's male, one's female. Send them back to camp, then I'll go see if they like their new home. I guess so. They're not really doing anything. Maybe they're just resting now they have their own space or something. I don't know. I'll let them rest. I'm gonna sort out the chickens. I have way too many roosters now, so I'll sell off all those but one. You can just hit them with a sword or something. It will get rid of them. But you can also sell them through the menu, which is what I'm going to do. And finally, I'll look through the decoration plans and see if I can add anything from there. I'll get a new seat plan. Different torch plan, add a bit more lighting. Change seasons while I was adding stuff. Oh nice. It looks like the trees have grown in now, but it's winter so they have no leaves. One last thing. I'll also add some bird houses.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
And unless my villagers make up a ton of red dye for that house, it's probably going to be all the decoration done for a while. I'll go do some other stuff. Before that, I'm going to make sure everything's good around here, and I'll see you guys later on. I'm still in the middle of sorting stuff, but I got a new recipe for scrambled eggs too. Now we produce those. Okay, we can now continue that quest and go talk to the new taxman. I'll make my way there.
Maybe interregnum isn't
We got a
so
new
bad
plan.
after all.
And I guess that's the end of the quest. That's it there. I'll make up some hammers and put that somewhere. It could probably do with the tree beside it, but that's not too bad. I'll leave it for now.
Told you that.
I'm now down to about 5k coins in Springers next season, which if I remember correctly is when I have to pay taxes, so I should probably go earn some coins. I'll start by doing what I usually do, make some armor and sell it, then I'll go do some more quests for the rest of the season.
Think anyone will taste a bit of blood?
Got about 4,000 off 4 sets armor, as well as some stuff for the garden like carrot seeds. There's only about half a day left, but my villagers have some quests. I'll see if I can get them done before the season changes.
Everything's true. Everything is permitted.
Hey, old friend.
You're so handsome.
But I'm
So she wanted some poison to kill the mold on her wall, which she named Stefan, or Stefan, I guess. I don't know. I already had some on me and was able to get it done straight away. See what the other person wants.
Hello there. See you soon.
He wants some torches. I'm pretty sure I've done this one in another video, but I forgot to talk to him before the season ended.
Hello there.
My grandpa used to
See you
say,
around.
Well, that didn't take long. I'll probably just rest until the next season. It's a bit late to start anything else. I've got to go do some stuff like pay taxes and replant everything, but I thought I'd quickly show you guys what it looks like with all the trees now it's not winter. The male pig is now growing up with the change of seasons too. I kind of figured they'd grow over time, but I guess not. Taxes were about 6k. I now have just under 3 left, so I'm going to continue doing some quests and hope I earn some coins. This one's an ongoing quest. So far we spoke to a guy whose wife wants to adopt a kid that appeared randomly in the village, but he's not happy about it. The guy, not the kid. He reckons they should live with another family. We spoke to the other person who said they were also willing to raise him, but then when we spoke to the kid it turned out neither had given him food or water. So we did, and now we have to wait till next season. I'll head to the next one. This is the final quest on the map. It's for the chicken lady. Let's speak to her and see what she wants.
"Oh, it's you again."
Worried about her son because he acts like a chicken. He agreed to stop acting like a chicken, so that's done. I don't think we earned any coins, but on the way over I did a few quests from that message board to earn a few. It was just stuff like deliver arrows. We're on 7.8 thousand now though, which covers taxes, and I also made 2 sets of armor to sell off just in case I didn't make enough. Because I did, I'll just sell them off on my way back through. Rats got into the food storage. That's unfortunate, but luckily harvest is only 1 or 2 seasons away. All the orchards are ready now too. I have about 3,000 coins to spare, so next I'm going to buy some plans and make some stuff with the iron I've collected over time. I'll see what I can make. I'm not a high enough level to make any of the tools,
Bad?
but I can make some weapons and armor.
It's not a matter of good or bad. If I were to say what I value,
The armor is not as expensive. The weapons were around 1500 each, while the armor varies from around 600 to 1800. I'm going to be using them to sell off anyway. But the torso sells for the most, so I'll get there to make some of those up. I'll sell them off soon and see how much they're worth. Hopefully more than the bronze armor, which is worth about 1.6. We can now continue the quest from before. I'm on my way there now. So it turned out he wasn't a kid, just a short guy or something. Him and someone else ended up taking off, and that was the end of the quest. We did get some items, can't remember what exactly, but yeah. I'll go see how much this armor's worth.
How are you? Best goods in the room. See you soon.
It's worth about 1,000 more than the bronze armor. Not really worth it at this point, to be honest. They're made with material, which is a whole process. Bronze armor just uses leather. Once I have a stock of material, it probably will be, but at the moment I'd rather put it into plans. Sold them. We are now on 9.5k. I don't really have anything else to do at the moment, so I'm just going to do stuff like resort all my villagers are making for now.
I have a feeling that even
While I was out doing basic tasks, I had a friend join me who wanted to see the village.
You look lovely.
I gave him an outfit, some weapons, and showed him around. wasn't on for long, but he said the game looked pretty cool and he might join me in the future. After that, I went back to waiting until harvest. It's now autumn again. Starting to come up to the end of the video now. I'm going to slow it down a bit, finish some things up, and do some more fun tasks. First of all, I just had a big harvest and I have about 2,000 coins to spare, so I'm going to buy some new recipes.
No worries. I'll wait.
We can't make any of the pie recipes yet. I'll get 2 types of soup. Vegetable or mushroom. And I'll make some multi-grain bread too. They now have lots of different food choices. I added some insulation and got some more of the smaller buildings done. Not very interesting, but I thought I may as well mention it. Next we should hopefully have enough dye to finish painting this house. Just had enough. We had 3 dye left over, which isn't even enough to paint 1 wall, so that was lucky. It's done now though. We now have our first fully painted house. I'll look into putting some patterns on the side at some point in the future. I might wait till I have 2 or 3 houses painted for that, I'm not sure. And now, at one point when I was selling off armor, I also picked up a new outfit. I'm going to dye this one a different colour to the other one. Also, I know I've been in my armor most of the video when I haven't really needed to. I keep forgetting to switch outfits when I get into combat, but I'll try, remember next time. Most of it couldn't be painted, like the hat. I added some dye to it, but nothing happened. I painted the neck bit orange, which is actually called a hood, but I'm just going to refer to it as a neck bit because he doesn't wear it, and a blue shirt. And I think that's probably a good point to end it for this one. If I had to guess, I'd say we're probably about a third to halfway through the game. I'm happy with where it's at. Didn't really have any issues this time, and we must have spent about 10,000 coins on plans, so not too bad. I'll probably progress some more off camera. I imagine it's probably going to be a lot of the same stuff for a bit, just a cycle of tending crops, upgrading buildings and making coins, so I'll try to get some of that out of the way. But that's it for this one. We are now at 144 hours and 33 minutes in game, and we are on year 11. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.